Hi, this is Mike Hendrickson from OSCON 2013 in Portland, Oregon. I'm here with Randy Bias. Randy, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
So you're with cloud scaling. And cloud scaling is how old and where are you from and what are you guys doing?
Cloud scaling is roughly 4 years old now, and our focus is on building the world's most advanced OpenStack product that allows for hybrid cloud deployments that are compatible with Amazon Web Services.
Compatible with Amazon Web Services, not competitive or?
Compatible, yeah.
Compatible.
Yeah.
That's an interesting idea. So you wrote a blog post today too, asking for something like that from the community. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the way that we look at this is that Amazon Web Services is essentially a market maker, and they're a partner for everybody to make the pie bigger. And we think that there's just a vast amount of untapped opportunity out there, and people are going to deploy private, hybrid, and public clouds. And this thing's really, everybody can see that it's already taking off. So, one way to look at this is that OpenStack wins and Amazon loses. Another way to look at it is everybody wins. And I just don't think it's a zero-sum game. Before cloud scaling, I was at a company called GoGrid, which was the second public infrastructure as a service cloud in the United States. And we always looked at Amazon as our friend. I mean, they were helping educate and drive interest and helping people understand the new models around DevOps and application architectures. And I just think that that it's better to look at Amazon as a friend, not an enemy.
Well, I think open source has come a long ways, and I think everyone realizes that proprietary and open work together. So it seems like that's a logical approach for the cloud as well. And is that where you guys are going in the future, that it's neither one nor the other, but it's maybe a balance?
It's absolutely a balance. So we have an open core business model. So we have the core software that's open source and where we sell support and maintenance, all our Red Hat. And then we've got some proprietary components that people can optionally plug in. So I do think that it's a balance going forward. And I think it's really important for people to understand that one of the great values of open source these days is that people look at something that a proprietary system is doing, like Google, for example, their MapReduce capability, and they're just trying to rebuild that as open source. Now you can get Hadoop, which allows you to have Google MapReduce, basically behind your firewall. And there's many other projects like that now, including OpenStack.
And so you at Cloud Scaling integrate with all these or interoperate, or where do you sit in that stack or that?
So we see ourselves as being sort of a new kind of Red Hat. So we are a commercial product based off of OpenStack, where we're treating OpenStack as like a cloud operating system kernel, and we're wrapping the user land, the kernel modules, and all the other components around it so people can have a complete turnkey solution. So right now, if you go and you download OpenStack to DIY, you have to make a lot of choices out of the gate to basically make it production grade, to make sure it's got Amazon Web Services compatibility. There's just tons and tons of decisions you have to make. It's not like downloading MySQL and turning on a database. It's 9 different projects. Each project is actually made up of a whole bunch of different services. In total, there's hundreds of different processes that all need to communicate to each other. You have to have a network architecture. You have to have a reference physical architecture. So it's a very non-trivial exercise. So you can, if you're the kind of person that wants to, get under the hood of the car or build your own car from scratch using the car kit, OpenStack DIY makes sense. But if you're just looking for a solution to build a private or hybrid cloud that's compatible with Amazon, and you want something that's turnkey, you need really a baked product like what we provide, which is our product's called Open Cloud System.
So this is probably going to be better for the entrepreneur that's starting a company and doesn't have a really deep technical background and wants to have a cloud presence and use something that's more turnkey, easy to install, one click. Is it as simple as one click, or?
No, not. Yeah. Infrastructure is never as simple as one click. A lot of people who are new to infrastructure like to think that you can kind of like
install,
plant some seeds, and you got like a little watering can, and then the infrastructure grows up. But it's actually very deliberate, right? There's a lot of sharp edges building your own infrastructure. Actually, we tend not to see startups or entrepreneurs as customers. We don't really have any of those unless they've gotten very big on Amazon. We tend to see customers who are either large enterprises who are looking to deploy a private cloud, or startups who started on Amazon and they've gotten big, like Zynga, to a certain size, where it makes sense to bring some of their baseline load back and cost optimize it.
Okay, excellent. So where do you think this is all going to go in the future? And how far off is the future?
That's a broad question. You want to try to narrow it down?
Well, the broad question is, where are you guys going in the future with cloud scaling? And where do you think the whole open cloud, hybrid cloud, combined cloud interoperating together, when are we going to get there?
Yeah, so we're there today, and our focus is on continuing to drive more Amazon Web Services compatibility into our solution. Right now, it's going to be the most Amazon Web Services compatible solution out there today. We've reproduced the scheduler, we've reproduced the network model, we've reproduced the elastic block storage, and very shortly, with our partnership with Juniper, we're going to have recreated the virtual private cloud capability that exists on Amazon Web Services, something that doesn't exist in any of the other offerings on the market today. So we're going to keep turning the crank and fast following Amazon and basically recreating all their baseline services, because we think that people either grow up on Amazon or want to federate to Amazon in that hybrid model, and so we need to provide a solution that looks as much like Amazon as possible. And we have customers today that are actually taking workloads directly off Amazon Web Services and running them on Open Cloud System, OCS, with little or no change.
That sounds great. So it's a call to the community to not choose one, but choose them all?
Yes, it's my crazy call to the community for everybody to realize that my business model makes sense and to copy it and to be more competitive with me. That's how crazy it is, right? I literally want everybody to follow me because I think it's the right thing to do for the community and the consumers of OpenStack. Now, just to clarify, some people feel like I'm saying OpenStack has to only be Amazon Web Services compatible. I'm not. That's my business model. I think we need to look at the public clouds, particularly Amazon, but the dominant public clouds as being partners, not enemies. So Google Compute Engine, Azure, there should be flavors of OpenStack that support workloads from all of those different public clouds.
Absolutely. The whole idea of load balancing or balancing.
Right, load balancing across clouds.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Randy. This has been great. Thank you.
Thank you.